All right, everybody. So today we're going to do something we haven't done in a long time, a moto vlog. Roll intro. Alright, so those of you that have been with me a long time, you know that when I first started my YouTube channel, that's all I did was moto vlogging. Riding around on my Suzuki 1000, doing like I'm doing now, and just talking about motorcycle subjects. Well, then I started doing bike builds about a year and a half ago, and I quit doing moto vlogs. Well, I'm in the middle of a bike build right now, and I can't, once again, here's another weekend, and I can't do any work on the bike, so I figured, jump on the old Harley, let's go shoot a moto vlog, because there's been a lot of changes in my life, and I figured, well, let's just bring you guys up to speed with what's going on. A lot of different motorcycles coming and going, jobs, all kinds of crazy stuff. Check out this neighborhood, dude. I just dig this old neighborhood. Oh, don't chase me, doggy. So where to start? So let's start with bikes. I am building a VFR 800 into like a VFR CBR hybrid, and I'm at a point right now where the front end's completely torn off the bike. We're swapping out the forks, waiting on triple clamps, waiting on all the body work so I can finish the tail end of the bike. So that thing's at a complete standstill right now for about 2 weeks now, and I don't even know when I'm going to be able to work on it again, honestly. So hopefully soon. This bike I'm on right now, this is a 2013 Harley Davidson Street Glide. I bought this about 2 months ago after I sold my Harley Fat Boy Bobber that I built. Matter of fact, that is the bike that inspired me to start doing bike builds. After doing that build, and it went to like 8 million views between Facebook and YouTube, I'm like, man, I guess this is what people want to see from me, so let's start doing bike builds and see how it goes. So then I sold that bobber. That was not an easy decision to make. I love that bike, but I just wanted something like this that me and the wife can enjoy. I can go on longer rides, be comfortable. Been wanting a bagger for quite a while. Actually, let me change that. Well, what are you gonna do? Coming or going? I never thought I'd own a bagger, and then one day I'm just like, you know what? I want a bagger. Let's just do it. So anyways, I sold that bobber of mine to a guy in Arizona. Easy sell. Like, I put the thing up for sale on a video, and it's like within one day I had 6 people offering on it. Then the next build I did was that CB650 bobber, and that was one of my Patreon giveaways, so I gave that bike away. So then now the Harley bobber's gone, and then the Honda bobber's gone. Did I say bobber? And then my Aprilia, I was like, RSV4, what am I going to do with this thing? I'm not riding it. I'm paying like $400 a month to own it. What am I going to do with this bike? I would take it for a ride. I'd be like, I'm not enjoying this thing. I'm not really hanging out with like a sport bike crew to go on rides. What am I going to do with this bike? The bike is just almost too much for the streets, honestly. You know, that 1000 V4. Wow, that's a big yard sale, man. Holy crap. Not much of a yard sale guy. I just impressed with the size of it, but it was a big decision too. I'm like, you know what, I should just sell this thing, let someone else enjoy it. I've had my fun on it. I'm not really doing track days. When I ride it, all I want to do is just go breaking the speed limit everywhere. So I'm, you know, and I'm talking like 140. That kind of activity gets you put in jail or in the hospital. So I'm finally like, you know what, forget it. I'm done with this bike. I'm just going to sell it. So now the RSV4 is gone. I just sold it about 2 weeks ago. So I'm down 3 bikes. Crazy, you know. I had like 7 bikes in my garage at one time. I ended up selling the Aprilia to a guy in Pennsylvania. He had it picked up and he's having it shipped back to him. So I did decent on that. I paid $13,000 for it. I got $11,000 for it. I put a ton, like, I don't know what, like $8,000 in mods on that thing, but a lot of it was freebie stuff that I got from sponsors for my YouTube channel. So that's one of the great things about having this YouTube channel is I get so much free stuff. It blow your mind. What I did do is I did buy a Honda CB350. I can't can't even remember what year it is, 1973. And that's going to be one of my upcoming builds. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm sure you're probably getting a good guess about that, but that's going to be an upcoming build when the VFR 800 is done. This bike I'm on right now, 2013 Honda Street Glide. This bike is going to be a totally different bike when I'm done. I got a ton of stuff going on with this thing. That build series is going to be happening. It's not going to be a giveaway, but a lot of big sponsors backing this thing up. Vance & Hines, Performance Machine, Dakota Digital, all new gauges, Metra interfering, Roland Sands Design. There's a lot going on with this bike. It's going to be great. And so what's happening with that is it's been a lot of ball ups. This COVID thing has really been messing everything up, with companies having to shut down for 6 weeks. Then they reopen only on, partial manpower. They fall behind on production. So a guy like me that's waiting on parts from them, I gotta wait a long time. I mean, I've been trying to put together parts for this build right here for two and a half months, and I'm still waiting on a lot. And it's affecting my VFR build too. So that's what's holding everything up, is this crisis we're in the middle of. So a lot of changes with bikes, a lot of bikes coming and going, more going than coming, which is okay because I like the extra room in my garage. I do still have the Suzuki 1000. That's what I started my YouTube channel on, running that bike. And that thing literally sat for almost a year because, well, let me say 7 months. Because what happened was I lost my design job at Speed and Strength when the brand moved to Canada. And so they let me go. And I'm like, all right, what am I going to do now? Well, they gave me a 6-month severance. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to take it easy for a while. Focus on my YouTube. Enjoy life. Take it easy, man. I've been working my butt off for my entire life. So I literally did not have a job. It was going on 7 months. I'm like, oh man, I'm going to start dipping into my savings if I don't get a job here pretty soon. Well, what happened was, small world, I'm talking to Performance Machine, which is the #1 billet custom manufacturer for V-twins, really high-end brand. And I'm talking to them. They're going to give me the awesome wheels for this bike and running boards and a bunch of cool billet stuff. Anyways, when I was done talking to them, I'm like, hey man, I wonder if these guys need a designer over there, because I heard that they were falling behind on their design work. Sent them back another email after our phone conversation. Next thing I know, yep, we're looking for a designer. Come in next week. I went in on a Wednesday, which was 4 or 5 days later. Got hired that day, and now I'm on I've been there 3 weeks now, and it's a great job, man. I love being a designer for this company. I like the projects they're having me doing, the advertising, the websites. We're gonna start doing some video work, a bigger push on social media. Also in-house we have Progressive Suspension and a brand called Burley, which makes like handlebars and cables, and they got some shocks. Progressive Suspension, obviously they focus mostly on suspension, front and rear. So I'm stoked about that. So it's a really diverse job. There's a lot going on, a lot of different projects for a lot of different brands, and I'm stoked. I'm just stoked to be working again. You know what it's like to be you know what it's like to not work for 7 months? I mean, you start to really wonder, man, am I ever going to get a job again? I've never not worked that long. The longest I didn't work was 3 months, and then I ended up getting a job at Scorpion Helmets right at the 3-month mark. And it's been some adjustments, I mean, I used to be able to just wake up whenever I want, get up, do whatever I want. I was a free man, and now I'm back, in the job, in the grind, and banging it out. And it took me a couple weeks to get used to getting up, getting breakfast, getting on the bike. Yeah, my job is like 40 minutes away, so I'm on the Suzuki every day again, doing the old. What do you call that? Wow, I'm in a brain fart right now. Anyways, yes, I'm riding the bike every day to work. Commuting, there you go, commuting. Wow, a simple word I couldn't even remember. So, but I enjoy getting on the bike every day to go to work. It wakes me up, it gets me alert. When I get to work, I'm ready to, drop the gate and pull the trigger. So, all that's been really good. This brakes on this thing, oh, so bad. That's going to get an upgrade. So that's in a gist of it. That's really what's going on with my life, with the bikes, selling bikes, giving the bikes away, buying new bikes. I paid, like, that CB350 was pretty inexpensive. I think I paid $1,400 for that, and that thing's gonna be a rad build when I get done. I'm almost so excited to start that build. I want to get going on it now, but I can't do 2 builds at once, especially now working again. I can barely focus on one, you know. So how are you guys all holding up in all this chaos, man? All this, okay, yeah, COVID kind of, like, it's still around, I guess. Nobody's really talking about it. Everybody's just talking about all these crazy rioters. And you know what, I'm gonna throw it out there. I got no problem with people wanting to get together and express themselves when they're unhappy with something, but the violence and the rioting and the looting, that's completely no. Sorry, dude, that ain't acceptable. You're taking this way out of proportion. Even the guy's brother that got killed said, what are you guys doing? You shouldn't be doing this. And it's so dumb when you're tearing down your own city. Like, really? Why don't you just go burn your own car too while you're at it? So but where I live here in Riverside, it's very calm. There's not a lot of craziness like Seattle and crazy places like that. Portland, Oregon, that place is a complete mess. Thank you, social justice warriors, for making our world a miserable place. But really, all these people picketing, they're just, you know what, you're not doing the world any good. You're not doing your cause any good. When you're violent and crazy and angry like that, people don't listen to your cause. They just think you're criminals. And that's exactly what I think. The world would be a much better place without this kind of activity. Totally. Anyways, I'm a motovlogger. Why am I talking about world problems? But hey, you know, I'm riding. Got to talk about something. I will be going to, this might be my first year ever going to Sturgis because of my job. Obviously, Performance Machine is very big in the V-twin market. Our next show coming up is Sturgis. You know, we got the big 18-wheeler. Progressive Suspension has one too, so both brands will be going. They already asked me if I would go, and you know, I guess, you know, populate their social media and shoot video, and it'll be cool, man. I've been wanting to go to Sturgis for a long time. Unfortunately, I'll probably have to fly there. I won't be there on the bike. I don't know. We'll figure that out. It'd be cool. Maybe I'll just say, hey, man, let me ride there, and then I'll work when I get there. I don't know. It is a long ride, though. That might be biting off more than I can chew. So Sturgis is coming up in June, July, August, sometime in August. You can Google it if you want to know. So that will be an awesome experience. It'll be better if I can actually go there and ride. I hear there's some amazing backcountry called Black Hills or something where you can ride to. That would be awesome. The job's been great. They're hooking me up with all new photo and video equipment. We've got a whole new design computer. So they're treating me very well over there. I've got nothing but respect for the company. So I'm really, like, I can't believe that, you know, like I said, I was at the point where I was like, I give up. I'm not even going to find me a job as a designer ever again. I might as well just retire and do YouTube. If you guys like bike builds and you haven't already checked out my build that I'm doing now, go check out the VFR CBR hybrid build. It's going to be a rad bike when it's done, a one of a kind. Imagine having a CBR 1000, but it's an 800 with a V4 engine. That's what it's going to be. It's going to have the CBR bodywork and all that. Yeah, man, if you guys want a chance to win that bike, go to the Patreon, sign up to win. You don't have to spend a lot of money to win this bike, and hey, man, roll the dice, take a gamble. Well, I guess I'm done rambling here. You guys probably got better things to do with your day than listen to little old me riding and rambling. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Now you're up to speed with what's going on.